Hello.
Hello.
I'm Richard Vobes, Bald
I'm not
Explorer.
Richard Vobes.
Who are you?
I'm Julia.
You're very excited.
I am.
We're back in Bindon. We're continuing our look at the farms in the area. We have the wonderful Adrian here behind me, and Morrie. Hello, Morrie.
Hi.
And we're on your farm here to look at your wonderful cows. Can you tell me what type of cows
Well,
they are?
they're Simmental crosses and Aberdeen Angus.
Oh, lovely.
And I've got a Simmental bull there.
Oh, right. Is it
the one there.
something to worry about?
No.
Okay. That's
We
just
don't. No, you never trust a bull.
right.
Ever.
No.
You know, I don't trust him, but he's dead quiet and
Okay.
he's perfectly all right. But you would never trust a bull. He's a ton, probably a ton and a half now.
Yeah.
He's only 3.
Is he only 3? Well, they are very beautiful.
And these are all homebred. Practically, there's a couple that I bought in pure Simmentals for different blood, but on the whole, they're all homebred.
They're all homebred.
And I've had the fathers of them all.
You were saying to me earlier you've been here for 57.
57. We came in here.
1957. And presumably over those years there's been a lot of different farming practices.
Oh, a hell of a lot, yeah. And not for the better.
Not for
I
the
might
better.
tell you.
Yes.
No. The amount of machinery we've got on this farm is ridiculous.
So a lot of these
Because,
changes are forced on you then.
Yeah.
Just to
Because
compete.
You see, the trouble is it's only the two of us do it, Norman and I. We don't employ anybody, we do everything ourselves. Norman is a real worker, but he's got a pure...
70 or 80 years ago, you'd have probably 5 or 6 people working here.
Yes.
But mainly
I had
because people, all the work was done by hand. There were no machines available.
Yes.
And you had horses and this sort of thing.
Absolutely.
But as that's gone out, things have got to be more efficient, and I'm afraid labour isn't efficient enough.
And you can't afford the labour now.
No. It's
So
just
we
too
do
much.
it on our own. Norman and I have done it for the last 30 years together. But he's got a full-time job.
As well.
Norman
As well,
has.
yeah.
He runs his own plant
Blimey.
farm.
Uses
So
N.J. Vidler plant hire. That's him.
That's him.
Oh, I see. Gosh. So,
So, I used to do all the farming during the day.
Yes.
I was on my own here, and if
Heavens.
I had to,
She also had a full-time job.
but I worked at night because I couldn't have time during the day.
So are you saying then, even though you have all of this and you're working 24/7 by the sounds of it, you still have to have a full-time job to pay your way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no money in farming.
There's no money in farming.
No. We can't make money out of
You
farming.
you wouldn't be able to afford these cattle just by having these cattle.
Right.
You just couldn't do it.
And that's part of those changes you were mentioning. Is it that things have changed so much that now farmers can't survive?
Yes, we couldn't survive.
No.
So I went out to work. Norman's got his full-time job, his own business, which he does, and that's where the money comes
Right.
from. Obviously, I don't work anymore. I used to be for three. This is where my my stroke cuts in because I'm not very good with.
Numbers.
But I was 8 years at Ashford's William Harvey, night sister in A&E.
Oh right. Oh, in A&E. Oh golly.
A&E. I was
Golly.
night
My
sister
sister's
for
a nurse
A&E.
actually.
Is
She's
she?
done a bit
Yeah.
of A&E. Yeah.
Well, I was night sister for 8 years. I did.
Wow. I mean, that's impressive
And
enough on its own.
And I worked here all day.
So,
I existed on about 3-4 hours of sleep
Oh my God.
God,
in the
heavens.
24 hours.
In those days when she was in charge, they didn't have queues in A&E. So.
Well, you see, in those days it was different. We didn't have what they call now is the civil rights and the public has the
Yes.
way. When I was there, if I got somebody came in with a cut finger, not a cut finger or a spray or something silly,
Something
a
minor.
minor thing.
Yes.
I used to say to them, go to your GP.
GP.
This is an
Yes.
accident and emergency department. You're not here.
Yes.
And
they
I could chuck them out and say,
Right.
go to your GP, you know. But
Can't do
now,
that
you
now.
see, they can't do it. Everything that comes through that door has to be seen by a doctor.
Having these two jobs, running the farm and then having to earn a living, I suppose it begs the question, why farm?
Yes,
it's in
it
your,
does.
It's in your blood, isn't it?
But if you've got the ground,
Yeah.
and what do you do with the ground? What do you do with all this grass? I've got 100, well, I used to have 150, but I've got 120 now acres. What do I do with
What
it?
do you do with it? Yes. Well, you sell it to developers, I suppose.
No.
Is what
I wouldn't have a developer on the country.
No, I'm just
I tell
saying
you.
that might be what
Because
some
this is-
people would say. As you say,
Yeah.
it's in your
It's
blood.
not
and-
money.
No.
It's not money.
So it's
money
love.
cannot buy
No.
this property.
Yes.
It wouldn't matter if you came to me and said,
Millions.
I'll give you 10 million
Yes.
for your property. I tell you to get out the gate.
Yeah. Good for you.
But
Because
when
we're
you,
in the minority.
when you
remember.
look back at farming, we've been out here, haven't we, Morrie?
Yeah.
At midnight,
Yeah,
doing a cesarean on a cow.
yeah.
Now, how many people employed
that.
would do that?
Yes.
Very few.
Yes.
Very few.
And all these skills, of course, you've learned over those
the
years,
years, yeah,
and you know they're dying out,
Well,
aren't they?
this is it. Yeah, you see, that there aren't going to be any small farmers because they're being
being
taken
pushed out,
over with
being squashed.
the
And
the
what
big
so what would you say to
The really bad one.
what would you say to students and young people who I hear on Radio 4 in Farming Today when I'm sitting in the bath at 4:45 in the morning or whatever it is, and they're all going to want to be farmers and they want to be
they haven't got a chance in hell
really
because they can't afford the ground now. The cow. When I bought this farm, I can tell you quite happily, I don't hide anything. I paid £46 an acre for this farm.
gosh.
You know what it's worth now?
And that was in
I'd shudder.
57.
I'd shudder to
Well,
think.
now we're into the
We're
3 or 4.
pushing 10,000
Yeah.
an acre now.
Yeah.
10,000 an acre.
And I'm sitting on this,
Yes.
and people I've had all
But
this
it's
trouble.
not
but
worth that as a farm.
Isn't that's just
No.
You would never pay that and
Right.
farm it.
no.
You would pay that and develop it.
Yeah. Gosh.
You wouldn't farm it.
There's no way that a student. The only hope he's got is that he lives from a farming family and dad or somebody will
can take it
hand
over.
it over. That's the only hope they've got.
But that's yeah. You do. You paint a bleak picture.
It
then
is a very
for
bleak.
The, for the future.
I'm so glad that I lived when I did.
Yes.
Because I've had a great life. Because I've seen all these calves born on the property. I've been, well, not with them all the time, but on the whole, mostly. All these cows I've brought up,
Yes.
you know, with the cows now.
But
And
you
this
see them
means-
go to market, you take them to market, you see them sold, and that's reward in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Apart
sell.
from the financial thing,
Yeah.
you can forget the financial thing.
Yeah.
But you know, the reward is to see a nice calf born, a healthy calf, and to see it grow well, and be sold
Yeah. For
on,
some-
you know,
yeah.
in good condition, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the dedication of farming, I'm afraid.
That
And
means-
if you have to do that at midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning, that's what you do.
We do it 27,
Yeah,
24/7.
Christmas morning,
every day,
you can be
whatever.
out here at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And if I have to
Can't
get,
tell.
you know.
But if it needs doing, it has to be done. And you know, we're the only ones who can do it.